Hi there guys, so there seems to be a common conversation about UFC and boxing. Can a boxer hack it in the octagon? Can a UFC fighter hack it in the squared circle? Well, obviously there have been cases where they do cross over. Conor McGregor came over to boxing, fought Floyd Mayweather, and now Francis Ngannou, who is heavyweight world champion in the UFC, has explained that he would be happy to cross over to boxing or even have Dillian Whyte come over to the UFC and fight him. This is what he had to say. I know Anthony Joshua, but Dillian Whyte, I only heard about him when people sent me articles about him. I didn't know him before. I ain't got no beef with the guy. He's one of the top heavyweights and I think I'll knock him out. It's not like I hate him or dislike him. Everyone says what they want. I don't think anything about that. If he wants to fight MMA, we will find out. I am always confident with my power. I have no doubts with my power. So there we go. That is what Ngannou has had to say about possibly crossing over to boxing or maybe having Dillian Whyte cross over to him and MMA. So ultimately, could this ever happen? Could Ngannou get in the boxing ring? Could Dillian Whyte get in the octagon? Yes, Dillian Whyte would go and fight him. I believe he would. Dillian Whyte is a man of his word. He's about that. He will get in the ring with anyone, whatever ring it is and wherever the ring is. Dillian Whyte will get in that ring and he will fight. So could he ever cross over to MMA and fight Ngannou? Well, I mean, I believe he should stick with that WBC because obviously the WBC have promised him a fight for the world title February 2021, provided they don't push it back again because obviously the coronavirus and that fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, quite difficult to make at this point. So ultimately, Dillian Whyte could have to wait again. But I believe he should take his opportunity to fight for the WBC world title in boxing first, then cross over to MMA because he doesn't want that opportunity to go by him. He has waited and worked too hard for it. He doesn't want to squander that now. So Ngannou crossing over to boxing, he said he believes in his power. Boxing isn't about just power. It's about skill. I mean, he says he's happy to fight Tyson Fury. Don't be ridiculous because Tyson Fury will absolutely school him. He wouldn't last 3 rounds against Tyson Fury. And it's not like Tyson Fury would knock him out. He would just tear him apart and break him down. So Ngannou would not hack it in there with Tyson Fury. Would he hack it in there with Dillian Whyte? Because Ngannou is not a boxer. He is a heavy puncher. He's not really a wrestler in the MMA. He's just a big puncher. But ultimately, that's because he has smaller gloves. You imagine if Dillian Whyte got in there with those small gloves, he would cause havoc. He would knock Ngannou out with one straight shot if he could land it. So Ngannou thinking that moving over to boxing is going to be easy, the bigger gloves aren't going to be easy. That requires more technique. That is why boxers naturally punch harder than MMA fighters because they are used to the bigger gloves, using that technique properly to get the power into their shots. Meaning that a boxer crossing over to MMA will have a bigger punch than an MMA fighter, but they won't have the threat of the wrestling because obviously a boxer doesn't learn to wrestle or jiu-jitsu or any other style of fighting other than stand-up fighting. So that is the problem. But ultimately Ngannou doesn't have a wrestling game. He's not the best wrestler. He's a stand-up fighter. So if you take that wrestling away, put him in a boxing ring, then he's going to get taken apart. But you put a boxer in the MMA ring with him, then does he have a good wrestling game anyway? No, he doesn't. He's a stand-up fighter like Dillian Whyte. The reason why he is so powerful and devastating is because of the gloves. They are small and they land with more devastating effect than a boxing glove because a boxing glove spreads the impact and it doesn't cause as much damage because the knuckles aren't apparent through the glove. Obviously, with the MMA gloves, it's basically just to protect your hands. Other than that, they are designed to cause the most damage possible. Obviously, as I said, it's just to protect the hands. So those small gloves, Dillian Whyte would cause havoc in the MMA world just with those gloves, especially against someone who doesn't have that wrestling game. Anyone who does will tie Dillian Whyte in knots on the ground. But stand-up fighting, no one is going to beat Dillian Whyte at that in an MMA ring. Not even Francis Ngannou. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Ngannou explained that he would be happy to cross over to boxing or have Dillian Whyte cross over and fight him in MMA. Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.